Shabbat Shalom said Danielle. Let me see. Said Dan. Yeah. Said Danielle. Shalom, sister. The other probably sister sound like. Okay. Shalom, shalom, Eric Harley. Shabbat Shalom, brother. Said Danielle. Let me see. Said Danielle. Yeah. I changed my name to Yahoo. No, I don't go by Mario no more. I got my name changed about 7 years ago. Uh, King Samo, Shabbat Shalom, brother. Praise the mighty Yah. Yeah, brother, I saw that spot balloon on TV. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, they shot it. They shot it over here. Yeah, I seen when they shot it out the sky, and it fell in the water, and they wouldn't get it. Yeah, I saw that. Shabbat Shalom, Gabriel, Israel. Oh, yeah, hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom, Miss Rod, one love, praise the mighty Yah. Shalom, shalom, Rasta here, praise the mighty Yah. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Let me ask you a question. Said Danielle, y'all, is you Messianic or Torah based? Oh, well, is you Torah based or Messianic? That question is for said Danielle, yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. That's right. The Most High only, and then that's right. You said a mouthful right there, and you set me up right there. I'm through talking. Shalom, Sister Andrea, Israel, pray the mighty Yah. Shabbat Shalom, Joel Gladney. Shabbat Shalom. Mark Anthony, Shabbat Shalom, bro. Man, you got that Hebrew. He put his Hebrew name up there in Hebrew. I can't read. Yeah. Okay, bro. I'll show am. I'm gonna do that, bro. Yeah. Hey, you tickling me with this with your name written in Hebrew on here, boy. That tickled me to death. Yeah. I can't wait till I be able to speak Hebrew fluent.
my Elohim, my king and my judge. I truly love and put none above. On you do I put my trust. You raised us from out the dust. We came from the soil, but you made us shine like a moon before you. You always kept me spoiled, so I gotta be loyal. Hope I'm forgiven for the times I made your wrath boil you. I was breaking your laws and serving other idols. Son of Belial, I once was the devil's disciple, but it was you who kept me standing tall like the Eiffel Tower. Yahweh, my only power, who in the midst of my wickedness didn't let me get devoured. You are sweet unto the meat, but you are sour to the cowards. I hope I can love thee till my final hour. Hope you let me remain in the midst of the congregations of those saints. Don't let me go astray. Pray that you keep me close, so I can love you, God, till I give up the ghost. Yahweh, my king, my judge, and my Elohim, who paid the ransom for my soul to be redeemed. In bad dreams, you told me what success means. When I lost my balance, you helped keep me on the level beam. Wonder why you so close to someone that is a clean, indulgent in pleasure, but your mercy enduring forever. One time I was holy is when I had holes up in my clothes. Attracted to evil, I was the opposite of Job. But as a father corrected son, you corrected me with chastisement. And I know you did it because of love. You never held a grudge, so I would not budge. Hope I can stay to the end and be close to you as a friend. If I number my sins, I wouldn't know where to begin. But you let me walk up out that furnace in that lion's den. So I give you all my love, all the glory and all the praise. And if you love Yahweh, then let me hear you say, save me from my calamities and all of my adversity. Come on and serve Yahweh with me, Israel. Come on, Israel. Oh, come on. Oh, come on and let's serve Yahweh. Israel, come on and serve Yahweh with me, Israel. Come on, Israel. Always true. That's why I love you.
Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters all over the world. I'm Yahudah ben Israel. I'm a Hebrew servant of the Most High Yah. And I want to give all honor, glory, praise, and worship to Yahweh by saying hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Now today's topic, I'm gonna talk about learn and live by the commandments of Yah. It's gonna be strong, y'all. Like I always do, I'm gonna go hard in the paint. Now, I want to start off in the book of Genesis, the 26. In Genesis 26, let me see where I want to. It started at the first verse. Yeah, Genesis 26 and 1.
Genesis chapter 26, verse 1. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And Yahweh appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swore unto Abraham thy father.
Now, when the Almighty tell a person or anybody to do something, that's a commandment. Meaning he wants you to do what he said. If he told you to jump and you don't jump, you broke his commandment. So when the Most High Yah tell you to do something and you don't do it, you broke his commandments. Read.
And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
That's right. Read. That's what I want right here, this 5th verse.
Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws.
Okay, Abraham. He gave Abraham laws and statutes. Everybody think that he gave them to Moses. No, he gave Abraham, because Abraham was before Moses. So he gave Abraham laws and statutes too, just like he did Moses. Okay, let's go to Exodus 15. So he started way in Genesis, giving out laws and statutes and judgment. Okay, let me see. Yeah, Exodus 15 and 26.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 26, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim.
Now, diligently means seriously. Seriously hearken to the voice. Read.
And will do that which is right in his sight.
And do what's right. First of all, you have to find out what's right in the eyes of Yah. Because if you're doing something and you don't know if it's right or wrong, that makes you a fool.
And will give ear to his commandments.
And give ear to his commandments.
And keep all his statutes.
Keep all his statutes.
I will put none of these diseases upon thee.
See, when you obey the commandments of Yah, he said he would not put these diseases upon you. And the only reason why you got these diseases is because you disobeying the Most High commandments and laws and statutes. Now read it, start all over again.
And said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim.
If you listen to Yahweh, what he got to say.
And will do that which is right in his sight.
And not only listen, but you got to learn and do right what's in his eyes, in the sight of Yahweh, not man, but Yahweh.
And will give ear to his commandments.
And when he tell you to keep his commandments, that's what he mean. Give ear. That means listen to what his commandments say and do them. Read.
And keep all his statutes.
And all his statutes.
I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians.
I ain't gonna put these curses and diseases up on you, if just like I did the Egyptians, if you obey my commandments. Read.
For I am Yahweh that healeth thee.
I'm the one that can only one heal you. Matter of fact, go to Psalm 103. And let's see. Now, the Almighty, the only one can heal you. You talking about the doctor and some the Most High do it. I think I want Psalms, let me see, 103. Kind of getting off the subject, but this just came to me. What do Psalm 103 say? 103 and let me see. Okay, yeah, Psalm 103 and start the first verse.
Psalm chapter 103, verse 1. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits.
Don't forget Yahweh benefits. That's what I want this third verse.
Who forgiveth all thy iniquities.
Yahweh, the only one that can forgive you for all your iniquities.
Who healeth all thy diseases.
He the one heal you from all your diseases. That's There it is right there. The Most High, the only one can heal you from your iniquity and all your diseases. Okay, go to Exodus 16 and start at the 23rd. Yeah, Exodus 16 and 23.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which Yahweh have said.
This what Yahweh said. This ain't what Moses said. This ain't what John, Peter, Paul, and Luke said. This ain't what Ezekiel said. This what Yahweh said. See, it's a different when Yahweh said than when man said. This is what Yahweh said. Now listen.
Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto Yahweh.
Tomorrow is the Sabbath day.
Bake that which ye will bake today.
Cook your food on the Friday and Thursday and all that. Prepare your meal before Saturday.
And see that ye will seethe.
And bake it and boil it.
And that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
That's right. Put it back into it. Then you don't eat it till tomorrow.
And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink.
And it wasn't spoiled and rotten.
Neither was there any worm therein.
Wasn't no niggas in it.
And Moses said, eat that today.
You can eat on the Sabbath day.
For today is a Sabbath unto Yahweh.
So when they tell you that you're supposed to fast on the Sabbath day, that you ain't supposed to be eating on there, a lie. The book said you can eat on the Sabbath day. Read that verse again.
And Moses said, eat that today.
Eat.
For today is a Sabbath unto Yahweh.
This is Yahweh's Sabbath day and you can eat, but you just can't cook.
Today ye shall not find it in the field.
Walmart, no stores supposed to be open, going out in the field looking for corn and beans and rice. You don't go do that because you had Friday to do that. You don't do that on the Sabbath day. Read.
6 days ye shall gather it.
I gave you 6 days to go to Walmart, Kroger's, and all these other stores and out in the back of your house and get them beans out the field. I give you 6 days to do this.
But on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath,
which is Yahweh's Sabbath,
and if there shall be none.
Ain't no stores supposed to be open. You ain't supposed to be outside looking for no food in the field. Read.
And it came to pass.
And it came to pass
that there went out some of the people on the 7th day together.
These hard-headed niggas went out on the Sabbath day after Moses had told them if you ain't supposed to do. They went on out the store, went to Walmart anyway.
And they found none.
And it was closed and open, wasn't nothing there. Went out in the field and wasn't no food there.
And Yahweh said unto Moses.
Now watch what Yahweh told Moses.
How long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws?
How long these hard-headed niggas gonna refuse to keep my commandments? That's right, because when you don't keep his commandment, that's what you is. Read.
See, for that Yahweh have given you the Sabbath.
Yahweh one gave us the Sabbath day, not man, Yahweh.
Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days.
Bread of 2 days for 6 days.
Abide ye every man in his place.
Every man's supposed to be in his own place.
Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day.
Let no man go out of his place on the Sabbath day, because that's one of his commandments.
So the people rested on the 7th day.
And so some of the people rested on the Sabbath day and some of them didn't. Okay, go to Exodus 26. Exodus 26. And I might break them commandments down later, but I ain't got time right now because I got a lot I got to cover. So I'm just getting right to the point. Exodus 26. Yeah, let's go to Exodus 26. Let me see. Yeah, what you doing?
I went for a verse.
Exodus 26. Chapter 20, verse 6.
Oh, I thought you meant chapter 26. Okay.
Yeah, no, 20. Okay. Exodus chapter 20, verse 6.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 6. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
The Almighty Yahweh said, I'm showing mercy to thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Because everybody don't love Yah because they don't keep his commandments. But he's showing mercy to thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. Read.
Thou shalt not take
Oh, okay, that's all I needed with that 6th verse, because I'm getting right to the point. Okay, let's go to Exodus 24. 24, 24 and, let me see, and 12.
Exodus chapter 24, verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Moses,
Yahweh told this to Moses,
come up to me into the mount,
come up to on Mount Sinai with me,
and be there.
and you come right now.
And I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them.
See, the Almighty wrote the commandment. He said, I'm going to give you these commandments to teach them. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now to this day. And that's when I'm standing up for Yah and teaching his people what you're supposed to be doing. Read it again.
And Yahweh said unto Moses,
Yahweh said this. This wasn't Paul, Peter, Luke, and John, them hillbillies in the New Testament. Wasn't none of them talking. And if they were talking, they word ain't a fart in the windstorm. Ain't nobody paying no New Testament, no attention, no Quran, no Hadith, no Book of the Dead, and none of that. Because you ain't going to find these words in no other book. Read.
come up to me into the mount, and be there.
And be there.
And I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written,
Which I read,
that thou mayest teach them.
that you may teach the children of Israel. That's right. That he going to teach the children of Israel. Okay, let's go to Exodus 34. Let's see. Exodus 34 and 28.
Exodus chapter 24. Exodus chapter 34, verse 28.
Yeah.
And he was there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights.
Moses was right there with him 40 days and 40 nights.
He did neither eat bread nor drink water.
Moses didn't eat or drink nothing for 40 days and 40 nights.
And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments.
That's right. Read.
And it came to pass, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses was not, that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him.
In other words, he was glowing like the sun. Moses had been in the presence of Yahweh, and his face was glowing like the sun. I mean, you couldn't even look up on it. Okay, go to Leviticus 4. Leviticus chapter 4, verse 2. Yeah, Leviticus 4 and 2.
Leviticus chapter 4, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a soul sin through ignorance against any of the commandments of Yahweh concerning things which ought not to be done, and shall do against any of them.
That's right. Okay, sin against the Almighty commandments and ignorance. Okay, Leviticus 22. Leviticus 22. And 31.
Leviticus chapter 22, verse 31. Therefore shall ye keep my commandments.
Keep Yahweh commandments.
And do them.
And do them.
I am Yahweh.
Yahweh told us to keep his commandments and do them. Okay, Leviticus 26. Now I'm finna get to this corn. Start at the first verse.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols nor graven image.
You ain't supposed to be making no idols. You ain't supposed to be making no crosses, no pictures, and no statues, or none of that junk, because the Almighty hate that.
Neither rear you up a standing image.
And don't stand up no graven image in your yard, in your house.
Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
In your land, you ain't got no business standing no graven image, no stones and stuff like that up.
To bow down unto it.
And then you get it and bow down to it.
For I am Yahweh your Elohim.
Yahweh is our God. He's our Elohim, so we ain't got no business bowing down to nobody but him.
Ye shall keep my Sabbaths
Yahweh say, keep my Sabbaths.
and reverence my sanctuary.
That's right.
I am Yahweh.
That's right. Read.
If ye walk in my statutes
Pay attention. If you walk in my statutes
and keep my commandments and do them,
not talk about them, be about them, mean do them. Because a lot of y'all talk about them, a lot of y'all know about them, but do you do them? Read.
then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit.
Mean you ain't gonna have no drought season. It's always gonna rain right on time.
And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto the sowing time, and ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely.
That's right. If you keep the commandment, but we on somebody else's land dwelling right now, so this happened and we didn't do it.
And I will give peace in the land.
And then you'll have peace in the land. You won't have to worry about the police and nobody else.
And ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid.
And you ain't gonna be scared to death no more. You ain't gonna be trembling like Don Knox.
And I will rid evil beasts out of the field.
And I'm gonna make sure the lion don't eat you up, the bear don't eat you up, and the tiger. I'm gonna make sure the animals don't mess with you. Because they belong to me. They mine. Yahweh made the animals, so they his. Read.
And I'll rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword grow through your land.
And ain't gonna be no killing. Ain't gonna be nobody coming in the land killing nobody. Almighty ain't gonna have that.
And ye shall chase your enemies.
And you gonna get over on your enemies.
And they shall fall before you by the sword.
That's right. You're going to be the boss. You're going to run over them. What verse you at?
8.
Okay.
And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight.
Right now. That's right. If we'd kept the commandments and did what Yahweh said, 5 people can whoop 100 people. And how many thousands can whoop? It say, and the enemies. Okay, read that again. That 8.
And 5 of you shall chase 100.
5 people should chase down 100.
And 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight.
And 100 people can whoop 10,000 people.
And your enemy shall fall before you by the sword.
That's right. They can't win because Yahweh with you.
For I will have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you.
Ain't gonna be no abortions, miscarriages, or none of that. That word versus Wade ain't gonna be none of that. Read.
And ye shall eat old store, and bring forth the old because of the new.
That's right. Plenty of food.
And I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you.
And my soul ain't gonna hate you.
And I will walk among you.
Yahweh gonna walk among the children of Israel when they keep his commandments.
And will be your Elohim.
Then he gonna be our God.
And ye shall be my people.
Then he gonna be our people. Then we gonna be his people. Read.
I am Yahweh your Elohim, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondman.
That's right. He gonna do the same thing he did in Egypt. He gonna do in the United States. He gonna bring us out of America.
And I have broken the bands of your yoke.
That's right. Took the slavery away from you.
And made you go upright.
And made you serve me.
But if ye will not hearken unto me.
But if you won't listen to Yahweh, keep his commandments, laws, and statutes.
And will not do all these commandments.
And you don't do all these commandments.
And if ye shall despise my statutes.
If you hate and despise Yahweh's statutes.
Or if your soul abhor my judgments.
And if your soul hate Yahweh's judgments.
So that ye will not do all my commandments.
So when you hate Yahweh's judgment commandments and don't keep his commandment, this was going to happen.
But that ye break my covenant.
That you break his covenant.
I also will do this unto you.
This what Yahweh said he going to do to you when you don't obey his commandments. Read.
I will even appoint over you terror.
I'm going to put Memphis, Tennessee, terror. Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, Wall the Kid. I'm going to put terror on you. Read.
Consumption,
TB, tuberculosis.
And the burning ague.
Yeah, burning ague.
That shall consume the eyes.
That's right. Problem with your eyes.
And cause sorrow of heart.
Sorrow of heart. Heart attack.
And ye shall sow your seed in vain.
That's right.
For your enemies shall eat it.
Yeah, it's right.
And I will set my face against you.
Yahweh said, I ain't gonna be studying you. I'm gonna set my face against you, mean he ain't studying you no more. Why? Because you ain't keeping his commandments. Read.
And ye shall be slain before your enemies.
And you gonna be slain before the Gentiles, your enemy, and ain't gonna be nothing happening. Ain't nobody gonna help you or come save you at all.
That they that hate you shall reign over you.
The people that hate you gonna rule over you.
And ye shall flee when none pursueth you.
And you gonna be scared to death.
And if you will not
what verse you at?
18.
Okay.
And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me,
and if you won't listen to Yahweh,
then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins.
He gonna punish you 7 times more with sin, heart attack, stroke, and diabetes, everything, everything gonna be wrong with you with 7 times.
And I will break the pride of your power.
And the pride of your power, he gonna kill that.
And I will make your heaven as iron.
Hard times.
And your earth as brass.
That's right, hard times.
And your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not yield her increase, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruits.
All this is happening because you ain't keeping the commandment. This is talking about the Holy Land and over here too.
And if ye walk contrary unto me, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins.
I'm gonna bring 7 times more plagues upon your sin. Man, boy, you gonna have a hard way to go.
I will also send wild beasts among you, which shall rob you of your children and destroy your cattle and make you few in number, and your highways shall be desolate.
That's right. Read.
And if ye will not be reformed by me by these things, but will walk contrary unto me, then will I also walk contrary unto you, and will punish you yet 7 times for your sins.
7 times more for your sin. So that's the reason why you catching hell in America, because of this. Read.
And I will bring a sword upon you.
I'm a sword upon you, a gun, a Uzi, a Mac 11, 9mm.
That shall avenge the core of my covenant. And when ye are gathered together within your cities,
in your cities,
I will send the pestilence among you.
I'm gonna send my animals among you,
and ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy.
That's right.
And when I have broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver you your bread again by weight, and ye shall eat and not be satisfied.
And you still ain't gonna be satisfied. 10 women cooking it. Read.
And if ye will not for all this hearken unto me,
hearken to Yah,
but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury.
In fury.
And I, even I, will chastise you 7 times for your sins.
That's right.
And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons.
That's right. Starvation, you're going to eat your own kids.
And the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat.
That's right. That ain't happened yet, but it's going to happen.
And I will destroy your high places.
That's right. Your church houses.
And cut down your images.
The pictures and crosses you got on the wall.
And cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols.
And kill you and put you right there with them idols.
And my soul shall abhor you.
Yahweh said, I'm going to hate you for these pictures and crosses and going to church. Because abhor means hate.
And I will make your cities waste.
That's right.
And bring your sanctuaries unto desolation.
To empty, nothing.
And I will not smell the savor of your sweet odors.
On Thanksgiving, he ain't stunning you.
And I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it.
That's right. Read.
And I will scatter you among the heathen.
Yahweh did that. He scattered us among the heathen. Why? Because we didn't keep his commandments.
And will draw out a sword after you.
And the police gonna kill you, ain't nothing gonna happen.
And your land shall be desolate.
And while you over here in America, your land gonna be desolate over in Jerusalem, because the wrong people over there and the right people is in America.
And your cities waste.
And your cities waste.
Then shall the land enjoy her Sabbaths.
Then while we in captivity in America, the land gonna enjoy her Sabbaths in Jerusalem.
As long as it lie desolate.
Long as the right people ain't over there.
And ye be in your enemies' land.
And you be in the United States of America.
Even then shall the land rest.
And our land gonna be resting because we ain't there.
And enjoy her Sabbaths.
And it's gonna enjoy Sabbaths until we get back home.
As long as it lie desolate, it shall rest,
That's right.
because it did not rest in your Sabbath.
Because when we was over there, it didn't rest in our Sabbath, because we were doing everything on the Sabbath day.
When ye dwell upon it,
When we was dwelling there,
and upon them that are left alive of you, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies.
Weakness over here, scared to death and weakness in this land right now.
And the sound of a shaking leaf shall chase them.
And they scared to death. They walking in the alley in the dark and hear a leaf hit the ground and take off running.
And they shall flee.
And they running because they scared. They don't see nobody but hear something.
As fleeing from a sword.
And they act like somebody got a gun or a knife chasing them.
And they shall fall when none pursue it.
And you gonna fall when ain't nobody there.
And they shall fall one upon another.
And black on black crime right there.
As it were before a sword, when none pursue it, and ye shall have no power to stand before your enemies.
And you ain't gonna have no power to stand before your enemy. This Gentile want to do something to you, you can't do nothing about it. I don't care how much money you got. You ain't gonna get out of jail if he don't want you out of jail. And the Most High got it like that. Read.
And ye shall perish among the heathen.
And you gonna perish among these Gentiles.
And the land of your enemy shall eat you up.
And the land of your enemy, they gonna do what they want to do to you when they get ready. They do what they want to do to you, and you ain't got no power to stand before them. Why? Because you didn't keep Yahweh's commandments and laws and statutes. That's the reason why. Read.
And they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' land.
And while you in America,
and also in the iniquities of their fathers shall they pine away with them.
That's right. Right. Now watch this, y'all.
If they shall confess their iniquity.
While you in the enemy's land, while you're in the United States, if you confess your iniquities.
And the iniquity of their fathers.
And the iniquity of our fathers.
With their trespass which they trespass against me.
That's what they sin against Yah.
And that also they have walked contrary unto me.
Right. Read. Now watch this.
And that I also have walked contrary unto them.
That's right.
And have brought them into the land of their enemies.
Yahweh said, I'm the one that brought you to America, United States.
If then their uncircumcised hearts be humble.
Then while you're in America, your heart be humble.
And they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity.
And then you accept the punishment that the Most High Yah put up on you in America. You accept it now.
Then will I remember my covenant with Jacob.
Then Yahweh said he going to remember his covenant with Jacob.
And also my covenant with Isaac.
And his covenant with Isaac.
And also my covenant with Abraham will I remember.
That's right. Then he going to remember it.
And I will remember the land.
And remember the Holy Land.
The land also shall be left of them, and shall enjoy her Sabbaths, while she lie desolate without them. And they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity.
You supposed to accept what Yahweh do to you. Accept that you've been a rotten, no good, dirty, low down person. Because you ain't kept his commandments, laws, and statutes. Accept your punishment.
Even because they despise my judgments.
Because you hate Yahweh's judgments.
And because their soul abhorred my statutes.
And because you hate Yahweh's statutes.
And yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies.
While you're in American United States.
I will not cast them away.
I ain't going to forget about everybody.
Neither will I abhor them.
Yahweh said, I ain't going to hate everybody. I ain't going to hate them.
To destroy them utterly.
That means he ain't going to destroy the children of Israel completely. Because he always going to have a remnant that's going to love him and keep his commandments.
And to break my covenant with them.
That's right. He ain't going to break his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
For I am Yahweh, their Elohim.
He our God, not the New Testament, not the Quran, not the Hadith, not the Book of the Dead. Read.
But I will for their sakes remember the covenant of their ancestors, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the heathen.
That's right. And he going to do it again from America.
That I might be their Elohim. I am Yahweh.
That's right. Read.
These are the statutes and judgments and laws which Yahweh made between him and the children of Israel at Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
That's right. That's right. That's what he did. Over there, 26. Okay. Let me go to 27. Leviticus 27 and 34. That's all I know.
Leviticus chapter 27, verse 34. These are the commandments which Yahweh commanded Moses for the children of Israel at Mount Sinai.
That's right. That's what I need. Numbers 15. Let's go there. Okay, Numbers 15 and let's read started the 22nd.
Leviticus chapter 15, verse 22.
Yeah.
And if ye have erred and not observed all these commandments which Yahweh hath spoken unto Moses, even all that Yahweh hath commanded you by the hand of Moses, from the day that Yahweh commanded Moses, and henceforward among your generations.
Okay, now skip on down to 31. Yeah, skip on down to 31.
Verse 31. Because he hath despised the word of Yahweh,
Because you hate the word of Yahweh
and have broken his commandment,
and ain't kept none of his commandments,
thou soul shalt utterly be cut off.
you gonna be cut off for not keeping his commandments. Read.
His iniquity shall be upon him.
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna be up on you.
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness,
Now, where we was in the wilderness now,
they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
this man was just picking up sticks on the Sabbath day. Now, watch what happened. Read.
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron.
That's right. They found him gathering sticks on the Sabbath day.
And unto all the congregation.
They went and got this clown and brought him to him.
And they put him in ward, because it was not declared what should be done to him.
They didn't know what to do with him. Now, watch this, though.
And Yahweh said unto Moses,
now, this is what Yahweh said to Moses.
The man shall be surely put to death.
This man gonna surely go to hell and gonna be put to death. Why? Because he was picking up sticks on the Sabbath day. He didn't have no business picking up no sticks on the Sabbath day. Yahweh said, kill him. Now watch this.
And all the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
Everybody out there supposed to throw a brick and hit him in the head with it.
And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones.
Everybody out there stoned this man to death because he was picking up sticks on the Sabbath day.
And he died as Yahweh commanded Moses.
Yahweh commanded this to happen. He told Moses to tell people to stone this man for picking up sticks on my Sabbath day. Read.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses.
Yahweh speaking to Moses. Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
This what you tell the 12 tribes of Israel.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout
Make you fringes in the border of your garment.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
When you wear your fringes, they supposed to have blue on. I don't care what color, if they red, if they black, but they supposed to have a ribbon of blue on the fringes. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
And this going to be unto you for a fringe. Now, watch what the fringes are for. This is what the reason the fringes are for. Read.
That ye may look upon it.
When you look up on your fringes that you wearing,
and remember all the commandments of Yahweh.
Then you're going to remember all the commandments of Yah.
And do them.
And do them. Not talk about them, be about them. Do them.
And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes.
Don't do what you want to do. Don't do what the Christians want to do. Don't do what the Messianics want to do. Don't do what your grandmama wants you to do. Read.
After which ye used to go a whoring.
Go a whoring.
That ye may remember and do all my commandments.
Do all his commandments.
And be holy unto your Elohim.
And that's how you're going to be holy to Yah.
I am Yahweh your Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your Elohim. I am Yahweh your Elohim.
That's right. Now go to Deuteronomy 4. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Read all this 4. Start the first verse.
Deuteronomy
here.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you.
Yahweh say, listen, O Israel, to the statutes, read, and judgments.
For to do them, that ye may live.
This is your lifestyle. This is how you live, by the statutes by Yah. Not by no Quran, not by no New Testament, not no Book of the Dead, not by no Hadith, not by no other books. You do the statutes, because the statutes and laws is only in this book. Start over again.
Now therefore hearken, O Israel.
Listen, y'all. That's what I'm doing. Papa Corn wants you to listen and hearken to Yahweh. Not me, but hearken to this book. Read.
Unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you.
Which he teach us. He gonna teach us now.
For to do them.
To do them.
that ye may live.
And this is your lifestyle. You're supposed to be living by this. Read.
And go in and possess the land which Yahweh Elohim of your fathers giveth you.
Right. Read.
Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you.
You ain't supposed to add no New Testament, no Quran, no Hadith, no Book of the Dead. You ain't supposed to add no other book. So when you tell me about another book, you're a liar. Read.
Neither shall ye diminish aught from it.
And you ain't supposed to be taken away from this book, putting words in here and saying this mean that and all that, lying on the book.
That ye may keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim, which I command you.
Keep the commandments of Yahweh. That's what it's all about.
Your eyes have seen what Yahweh did because of false deity.
Because of the New Testament and the Quran.
For all the men that follow false deity.
All the men that follow the Quran and the New Testament and the Book of the Dead.
Yahweh thy Elohim have destroyed them from among you.
Yahweh gonna get rid of all the Christians and all the Muslims and all everybody that don't believe in Yah. He gonna get rid of everybody that ain't studying him. That's what the book said. I didn't tell it to you. I'm showing it to you. Read.
But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim.
And everybody that went to the commandments, cleave to the commandments and laws and statutes of Yah.
But ye that did cleave unto Yahweh your Elohim are alive, every one of you this day.
That's right. Read.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Yahweh taught us statutes and judgments.
Even as Yahweh my Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
And wherever you go in this world, you keep the laws, the statutes.
Keep therefore and do them.
You're supposed to keep them and do them.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding.
This is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of in sight of the nations. Read.
Which shall hear all these statutes.
And when you tell these people about Yahweh's statutes,
and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
And you as a wise person when you keep the commandments and laws and statutes, you wise. You're a fool if you don't. You retarded if you don't. You ain't got sense of jaybird, know how to fly a jet if you don't. If you don't keep them, you a zip-zap, D-A-M fool. Read.
For what nation is there so great who have Elohim so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our Elohim is in all things that we call upon him for?
And we the only one got the true and living Elohim. We the only one got the true God.
And what nation is there so great?
Ain't no nation in the world like the children of Israel, the ones that's righteous and keep his laws.
They have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law.
And we the only people on earth that Yahweh gave his law to. Hold it. We're going to come back to that. Go to Psalms 147. Hold it. Let me let y'all know that the book don't deal with nobody else. Psalm, is it 147? Let me see. Let me get it. Let you know he ain't dealing with no Puerto Rican, no Mexican, no white boy, no nothing else. If anybody want to know how to serve Yah, they got to come see me or y'all on the internet that's Torah-based Hebrew. You can't go see nobody else because they're going to tell you a lie. Now, let me show you what the book say. Psalm 147 and start at the 19th verse. But we coming back to that.
Psalm chapter 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
Jacob is the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the seed of Jacob.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He changed Jacob's name to Israel, so he talking about the same person. Jacob and Israel, the same man. Just like I changed my name to Yahudah.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
He ain't dealt with nobody on earth but a Hebrew Israelite.
And as for his judgments,
and anybody as for his judgment,
they have not known them.
The Puerto Rican, the Mexican, the Christian, the Japanese, the Chinese, the white folk, they don't know him.
Praise ye Yahweh.
Praise ye Yah. He ain't dealt with no Indian, no Ethiopian, nobody. He ain't dealt with Ham. He ain't dealt with Japan. He only dealt with Shem. Going back to this book. He ain't dealing with nobody but a Hebrew Israelite. So if you ain't no Hebrew Israelite, it ain't talking about Yah, he ain't studying. Read.
Which I said before you this day.
Said for this day.
Only take heed to thyself.
What verse you at?
9.
Okay.
And keep thy soul diligently.
Keep thy soul seriously, diligently.
Lest thou forget the things which thy eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons.
You supposed to be teaching the commandments to your kids, not how to. It's all right to teach them the ABCs and the math but you supposed to be teaching your kids about the law. Read.
And thy sons' sons.
And your son's son, your grandkids.
Especially the day that thou stoodest before Yahweh thy Elohim in Horeb, when Yahweh said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words.
Gather us together, Yahweh we gonna hear Yahweh words.
That they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth.
You supposed to fear Yahweh all the way to the graveyard. That's what they're saying. You supposed to worship Yah, praise Yah, keep his commandments, his laws and statutes all the way to the graveyard. Read.
And that they may teach their children.
And you teach your children and your grandkids the same thing that you learned.
And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. And Yahweh spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words.
You heard Yahweh's voice,
but saw no similitude.
But you didn't see no picture of no fish or no cross. You didn't see that. Read.
Only you heard a voice.
You only heard his voice. He didn't show you no picture, no statue, no cross, or no picture, none of that junk. You didn't see no image.
And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments.
10 commandments.
And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone.
Yahweh wrote the commandments.
And Yahweh commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land, whether ye go over to possess it.
That's right. Read.
Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Yahweh spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire.
So you didn't see no cross, no picture that hippie on the stick on the wall, or no fish. You didn't see none of that junk. Read.
Lest ye corrupt yourselves.
You're going to corrupt yourself when you put a picture, talking about a cross and a picture and a statue. You're going to corrupt yourself.
And make you a graven image.
And make you a graven image. And the world is full of graven image. Every church you go in got a graven image on the wall.
The similitude of any figure.
It's a similitude of any figure. I don't care what it look like.
The likeness of male or female.
Male or female. I don't care if it look like a woman or a man.
The likeness of any beast that is on the earth.
A likeness of any beast, you ain't got no business wearing that.
The likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air.
A bird, an animal, read.
The likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground. The likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Now, what is the fish? That's the Christian symbols of fish. You ain't supposed to have that fish on the back of your car. I see that fish and got JC name in it. Read it again.
The likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters.
Any fish! You ain't supposed to have that fish on the back of your car, fool.
And lest thou lift up thy eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them.
You ain't supposed to be worshiping no sun, moon, and stars, and none of that.
And serve them.
You ain't supposed to do that.
Which Yahweh the Elohim hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
That's right.
But Yahweh have taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance.
Okay, now what verse you at?
20.
Okay, now skip on down to 24.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
For Yahweh the Elohim is a consuming fire.
Is a burn your tail up.
Even a jealous Elohim.
And he's jealous when you go to the New Testament, the Book of the Dead, or the Hadith, or the Quran. He's jealous.
When thou shalt beget children and children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves.
Corrupt yourself by going to church.
And make a graven image.
Wearing a cross.
Or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Yahweh the Elohim.
This is evil in the sight of Yahweh when you put a cross on and you got a hippie on the stick on your wall, a picture of somebody, you got a statues standing in your corner, talking about them animals. Read.
To provoke him to anger.
And you go provoke Yahweh to anger.
I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day.
Yahweh call heaven and earth to witness against you.
that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to
And you
possess
gonna
it.
perish. You gonna die.
Ye shall not prolong your days upon it,
You ain't gonna live no long time when you going to church and wearing a cross.
but shall utterly be destroyed.
Yahweh gonna destroy you.
And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations,
And that's what he did. Scatter us among the nations in the United States.
and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen.
That's right.
Whither Yahweh shall lead you,
That's right.
and there ye shall serve deities.
And when you get to the United States and get to Russia or China, wherever you at, you gonna serve their God. You gonna serve other gods. Read.
The work of men's hands,
Somebody made it.
wood and stone,
Wood and stone.
which neither see
And they God can't see.
nor hear,
He can't hear.
nor eat,
Or he.
nor smell.
Hold it right there. Let me show you what he's talking about. Psalms. Let me show y'all what he's talking about. Let me get it. It's 100 and something. Let me see. With a graven image. Let me see. I think it's 115. Let me get it. Yeah, 115. This is what he's talking about. Psalms 115 and start the first verse. Well, we're going back to that now.
Psalm chapter 115, verse 1.
This is what he's talking about. Read.
Not unto us, O Yahweh, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory for thy mercy and for thy truth's sakes, and for thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their Elohim?
Where is Yahweh, our Elohim?
But our Elohim is in the heavens.
And we supposed to tell them our Yahweh is in heaven, fool.
He have done whatsoever he hath pleased.
Yahweh do what he want to do, fool.
Their idols are silver and gold.
Your idols are silver and gold, Gentiles.
The work of men's hands.
Somebody made a cross in a picture.
They have mouths.
This picture got a mouth.
But they speak not.
And can't no come out of it.
Eyes have they.
They got eyes.
But they see not.
And they can't see nothing. That picture on the wall.
They have ears.
They got ears.
But they hear not.
They can't hear nothing.
Noses have they.
They got a nose.
But they smell not.
Can't smell nothing because it ain't no but a graven image, a picture on the wall. Read.
They have hands.
Got hands.
But they handle not.
Can't pick nothing up.
Feet have they.
They got feet.
But they walk not.
Can't walk. You gonna stay on that wall forever. He ain't gonna never move.
Neither speak they through their throat.
He can't talk.
They that make them are like unto them.
They that make him as a fool, just like the picture they made.
So is everyone that trusted in them.
Everybody that trusted this picture on the wall is a fool.
O Israel.
Oh, Israel, talk about me and y'all.
Trust thou in Yahweh.
We trust in Yah. We don't trust in no picture on no wall, no cross on the wall, no church.
He is their help and their shield.
He is our helping shield. That's all I needed. Hold on, I might need something else in there. That's all I need. Go back to that. What verse was you at?
29.
Okay.
But if from thence thou shalt seek Yahweh the Elohim, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart, with all thy soul.
If you stay out of these other books, you're going to seek Yahweh with all your heart and soul. But as long as you talking about another book, you ain't going to do it. Read.
When thou art in tribulation.
When you're in trouble.
And all these things are come upon
and
thee.
Everything happening bad come up on you.
Even in the latter days, if thou turn to Yahweh the Elohim.
If you turn to Yahweh while you're in trouble, catching hell.
And shall be obedient unto his voice.
And you be obedient to Yahweh's voice.
For Yahweh the Elohim is a merciful Elohim.
He merciful. He can get you out of the penitentiary. He can do a lot of things. Heal you from diseases.
He will not forsake thee.
He ain't going to forget about you.
Neither destroy thee.
He ain't going to kill you.
Nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he swore unto them.
Because he's a merciful Yah. That's right. Read.
For as now the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that Elohim created man upon the earth, and as from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there have been any such thing as this great thing is, or have been heard like it.
Read, watch this.
Did ever people hear the voice of Elohim speaking out of the midst of the fire?
The children of Israel, the only one heard his voice.
as thou hast heard, and live? Or have Elohim a say to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation?
He gonna take us from the nation of America, from another nation.
By temptation.
He gonna do it by temptation.
By signs.
He gonna do it by signs.
And by wonders.
And by wonders.
And by war.
And it's gonna be war when he do it.
And by a mighty hand.
And by a mighty hand when he do it.
And by a stretched out arm.
And his arm's gonna be stretched out when he doing it.
And by great terror.
And by great terror. Almighty gonna come get his people. All this gonna be happening. War, great terror, everything. Read.
According to all that Yahweh your Elohim did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
Just like he did in Egypt, he gonna do it from the United States again. He gonna do the same thing he did in Egypt from the United States. He let you know accordingly, just like I did in Egypt. Read that again. Read that. Let's just read 34 again.
Or have Elohim a say to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors.
Great terror! According to
all that Yahweh your Elohim did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
Just like I did in Egypt, I'm going to do it from this country too. Read.
Unto thee it was showed.
It was showed.
That thou mightest know that Yahweh, he is Elohim.
He is the only God.
There is none else beside him.
Ain't no New Testament, Quran, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and how deep in the book of the day. Ain't none of that junk.
Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee, and upon earth he showed thee his great fire.
Now read, skip on down to 39 and 40.
Verse 39.
Yes, sir.
Know therefore this day.
And
consider it in thy heart.
In your heart.
That Yahweh, he is Elohim in heaven above.
Yahweh is the only God.
And upon the earth beneath.
And upon the earth beneath.
There is none else.
Ain't nobody else.
Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes.
That's the reason why we're supposed to keep his statutes. Read.
And his commandments.
Read.
Which I command thee this day.
When he told us to do today.
That it may go well with thee.
You have a ball. You're going to go well with you.
And with thy children after thee.
And your children, when you die, your children supposed to do the same thing you was doing on earth, keeping his commandments. Read.
And that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth.
You'll live a long time when you serve Yah and love his commandments.
Which Yahweh that Elohim giveth thee.
He gave it to us.
Forever.
That's all I need. He gave it to us forever. Deuteronomy chapter 5. Now, 5 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 1. And Moses called all Israel.
He called all Israel, the whole 12 tribes of Israel. He didn't call no Christians, no Muslims, nobody else.
And said unto them.
He said to us.
Hear, O Israel.
Talking to us. He ain't talking to no Christian, no Muslim, no Jehovah's Witness, no Baptist, no Messianic. He ain't talking to none of them. Read.
The statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day.
That's right. Read.
That ye may learn them.
Learn.
And keep them. And do them. Yahweh our Elohim made a covenant with us in Horeb. Yahweh made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, who are all of us here alive this day. Yahweh talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. I stood before Yahweh. I stood between Yahweh and you at that time to show you the word of Yahweh, for you were afraid by reason of the fire and went not up into the mount, saying, I am Yahweh thy Elohim.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Read.
Which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Yahweh done brought us out of the land of Egypt.
From the house of bondage.
And when he brought us out,
thou shalt have none other deities before me.
You ain't got no business with no other book. No New Testament, no Quran, and all them other books. Don't have no other before me.
Thou shalt not make thee any graven image.
Don't make no cross and no picture.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Any likeness of this junk they doing today.
Or that is in the earth beneath. Or that is in the waters beneath the earth.
He covering the whole world. Don't make this.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them.
Don't bow down and say this junk helped you.
nor serve them.
Don't have nothing to do with it.
For I, Yahweh the Elohim, am a jealous Elohim.
He jealous when you go to church. He jealous when you come up new Yahshua. He jealous when you talk about Muhammad and all them clans. He jealous when you talking about Haile Selassie. He jealous when you talk about a Rastafarian God. He jealous. Read.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
He gonna kill you and bust your head. Visiting the iniquity of the third and fourth generation that hate y'all.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
And he's showing mercy to y'all. Thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. He gonna show mercy to me, my family, and y'all that's keeping his commandments. Read.
Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh the Elohim in vain.
And every time you call on another God, you taking his name in vain. Giving your glory and credit to the hippie and the stick in the New Testament. You say a prayer, and in his name you give him the glory. You don't do that. You don't take Yahweh's name in vain. That's right. You only call up on Yah. And when you pray, it's only Yah. You don't pray to no man. You don't pray to Moses, King David, nobody. Only Yah, because he's jealous. Read.
For Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
He ain't gonna hold you guilty to taking and calling up on somebody else. And ain't nobody did nothing but Yah. Read.
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it.
Keep it. Don't be picking up no sticks. Don't be going to wash your car. Don't be doing nothing on Sabbath day. Don't be doing nothing.
As Yahweh the Elohim hath commanded thee.
This is a commandment from Yah.
6 days thou shalt labor.
He give you 6 days to do you. Go to work for Mr. Charlie, wash your car, or do whatever you want. Go to the mall, carry your kids to the park. Do it all in 6 days. Read.
And do all thy work.
Do everything you're going to do in 6 days. Wash the dishes, mop the floor, or sweep, or whatever you want to do.
But the seventh day is
But the seventh day, huh?
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh the Elohim.
That's Yahweh's day. Don't nobody supposed to bip a bop.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Ain't no work jumping. I don't care if you get $500 an hour. You tell him to take it and shove it up his butt. I wouldn't go to work for $500 an hour. Tell him to shove it up his butt. Read.
Thou, nor thy son,
Your son,
nor thy daughter,
your daughter,
nor thy manservant,
if you got a slave or somebody that work for you,
nor thy maidservant,
anybody that work for you,
nor thine ox,
your animals,
nor thine ass, nor anything, nor any of thy cattle,
ain't no animal supposed to be bipping and bumping.
nor thy stranger that was within thy gate.
If you got some white folks staying with you, Puerto Rican, they supposed to sit down. Ain't nobody supposed to move.
That thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as
everybody supposed to shut it down. Don't do no work. He mean that.
And remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Yahweh the Elohim brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yahweh the Elohim commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day.
Keep his Sabbath day all the way to the graveyard.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Honor your father and mother if you want to live a long time. Read.
As Yahweh the Elohim hath commanded thee.
He commanded us.
That thy days may be prolonged.
If you don't honor your father and mother, you ain't gonna live a long time. He gonna kill you.
And that it may go well with thee.
That's right.
And the land which Yahweh the Elohim giveth thee, thou shalt not murder.
I don't care how much money he owe you. I don't care if you ran out with him, whatever you gave him. Don't murder him. The Almighty say, that's my human being that I made. You ain't got no business murdering nobody. Read.
Neither shalt thou commit adultery.
Commit adultery when you go to church. When you go to this church, you commit adultery. Go to Jeremiah 5 and 7. Let me show you, but I'm going to come right back to it. This is what he's talking about. Jeremiah 5 and 7 verse. This one, y'all, it's a lot of ways that you commit adultery, but when you go to church, you commit adultery. Let me show y'all that y'all ain't never seen this before. I know you ain't. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 7. How shall I pardon thee for this?
Yahweh said, how can I forgive you for this?
Thy children have forsaken
You
me.
forgot all about Yah.
And sworn by them there are no deity.
And you with the church where ain't no such thing as a God in the church.
When I have fed them to the full.
When I have gave you my commandments, my laws, and my statutes, you still went to church and listen to that preacher, that lying preacher. Read.
They then committed adultery.
Then they committed adultery when they went to church. Read.
And assembled themselves by troops in the harlot's house.
In the harlot house, because the church is called a harlot house, meaning it's a whole house. Ain't number wicked people in there.
They were as fed horses in the morning.
They were fed horses in the morning.
Everyone neighed after his neighbor's wife.
Every man trying to have sex with the women in the church, the ushers and all that.
Shall I not visit for these things?
I'm going to visit you for this rotten, dirty stuff that you're doing.
Saith Yahweh.
Yahweh said it. Okay, that's all I needed. Go back to, what was it? In Deuteronomy 5, what was it?
Neither shalt thou steal.
Okay. Don't steal nothing.
Neither shalt thou bear.
Oh, hold on. I ain't through that committing adultery. When you mess with another man's wife, that's committing adultery too. You ain't got no business fooling with that man's wife while he at work, you in his house. Almighty gonna kill you.
Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Lie on your neighbor. You lying in court. You lying on the street. You lying on your neighbor. Oh, he this, he that. Lying on him. You ain't supposed to do that. The Almighty gonna kill you by lying on people.
Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife.
You ain't got no business looking at that man's wife.
Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house.
You ain't got no business wanting that man's house.
His field.
Or
his manservant.
Or his manservant.
Or his maidservant.
Or his maidservant.
His ox.
You ain't got no business wanting none of this. Read.
Or his ass. Or anything that is thy neighbor.
Anything that belong to your neighbor or your friend or whoever it is, you ain't got no business wanting it. That's called covenant.
These words Yahweh spake unto all your assembly and them out of the midst of the fire of the cloud, and of the thick darkness with a great voice, and he added no more.
Okay, he didn't add no New Testament, no another book. There you go. He didn't want to add nothing there. Okay, that's go to Deuteronomy 6. 6 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which Yahweh your Elohim commanded to teach you, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Read.
That thou mightest fear Yahweh the Elohim.
Fear Yah.
To keep all his statutes.
Keep all his statutes.
Which I command thee.
No. His statute and his commandment.
I read that.
Oh, okay. I was saying, go read it. Let's read it 2 again. I'm getting too excited. Read.
That thou mightest fear Yahweh the Elohim, to keep all his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee, thou and thy son and thy son's son, all the days of thy life.
To the graveyard. This is talking about to the graveyard.
And that thy days may be prolonged.
You're going to live a long time if you keep his commandments.
Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it.
Do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. You about everything else. Be about this.
That it may be well with thee.
They're going to be well with you. You can't go wrong with the commandments.
And that ye may increase mightily.
You will increase mightily. Eric Harley, baby, you did 21 years in the feds. When you got out, the Almighty gave you the land, baby. You and Ray Lane, y'all did 25, 21 years in the fed. And when they got out, the Almighty blessed them. Man driving a 2026 Escalade. So cold-blooded. Eric Harley, I'm talking about my Hebrew brother. And Ray Lane, boy, they've been blessed. Read that again.
Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it.
Do it!
That it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily.
You go increase mightily. That's what I'm talking about. When they got out the fence, they increased mightily. Read.
As Yahweh Elohim of thy fathers have promised thee, in the land that flow with milk and honey.
Yes, sir. Read.
Hear, O Israel.
Hear, O Israel.
Yahweh our Elohim is one Yahweh.
He won. He ain't no father, no son, and go where they teach you in them lying churches. He won.
And thou shalt love Yahweh the Elohim with all thy heart.
And when you love with all your heart, you don't go to church. You don't wear no cross. You don't celebrate Christmas. You don't eat fatback, pork chop. You don't do that. Read.
And with all thy soul.
With all your soul. You don't.
And with all thy might.
All your might.
And these words which I command thee this day.
This day.
Shall be in thy heart.
In your heart, baby.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
You supposed to teach these to your children.
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
When you're in the house, you talking about Yah.
And when thou walkest by the way.
When you walking down through the hall, you talking about Yah.
And when thou liest down.
Before you go to bed, you have Yah in your mind.
And when thou risest up.
When you wake up early in the morning, you give thanks to Yah.
And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes.
That's right, read.
And thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. And it shall be, when Yahweh thy Elohim shall have brought thee into the land which he swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Talking about, let's go, when we going back home now.
To give thee great and goodly cities, which thou buildest not.
They going to build it for us.
And houses full of all good things, which thou fillest not.
That's right. It's going to be already filled, ready for us to move in.
And wells digged, which thou diggest not.
That's right. We ain't going to do no work. Work already going to be done when we get home.
Vineyards and olive trees, which thou plantest not.
Right.
When thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware lest thou forget Yahweh.
That's right. When you eat your food and get full, you give thanks to Yah. But the Christians say they bless it before they eat. You're supposed to say your blessing after you eat. That's a commandment from Yah. Read.
Which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Thou shalt fear Yahweh Elohim and serve him.
You ain't supposed to serve nobody but Yah.
And shall swear by his name.
And swear by Yahweh's name that he is that he is. Ain't nobody else.
Ye shall not go after other deities.
Don't go after the New Testament. Don't go after the Book of the Dead. Don't go after them other books. I don't care what they say in them. You don't go after them.
Of the deities of the people which are round about you.
That's living around about you.
For Yahweh Elohim is a jealous Elohim among
He's jealous when you go talking about another book. He's jealous.
For Yahweh Elohim is a jealous Elohim among you, lest the anger of Yahweh Elohim be kindled against thee.
And he gonna kill you and bust your head for this.
And destroy thee from off the face of the
earth. He gonna destroy you for talking about another deity, another God. Hold it. Let me go to Exodus 23. We're gonna come back to that. Let me show you how jealous he is. Exodus 23 and the 13th verse.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 13. And all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect.
Be warned. Be circumspect means be warned.
And make no mention of the name of other deities.
You ain't got no business talking about no other book, because them other gods is in them other books.
Neither let it be heard out of thy mouth.
Don't let these other gods come out your mouth. That's what the book said. I didn't tell it to you. I showed it to you. Now go back. I always want to talk about another book. The book of the dead, the New Testament, what Paul said, what Peter said, what Luke's. Man, them people ain't worth two damn flies. Read.
Ye shall not tempt Yahweh your Elohim.
Don't tempt them.
As ye tempted him.
Like Tupac said, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim.
Keep the commandments.
And his testimonies.
And right, read.
And his statutes, which he have commanded thee.
This is a command. You're supposed to be doing it all the way to the graveyard. Read.
And thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of Yahweh.
That's the only thing good and right in his eyes is obeying his commandments and keeping his laws and statutes. Ain't nothing else good but keeping his laws, his commandments, his statute, his judgment, and his precept and his charge. That's what's good in the eyes of Yah, baby. Read.
That it may be well with thee.
That's right. What verse you at?
18.
Okay.
And that thou mayest go and possess the good land which Yahweh swore unto thy fathers, to cast out all thy enemies from before thee, as Yahweh hath spoken.
He gonna get rid of all your enemies.
And when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, what mean the testimonies and the statutes?
What is the testimony and the statute?
And the judgments which Yahweh our Elohim have commanded you, then thou shalt say unto thy son.
This what you tell your son. What verse you at?
21.
Okay.
We were Pharaoh's bondmen in Egypt, and Yahweh brought us out of Egypt with a mighty hand.
He did that. He gonna do it from again in America.
And Yahweh showed signs and wonders, great and sore, upon Egypt, upon Pharaoh.
He broke it off in the Egyptians and Pharaoh.
And upon all his household, before our eyes.
And we're going to be looking at it when he do it again.
And he brought us out from thence.
He going to bring us out of the United States.
That he might bring us in.
He going to take us back to the Holy Land.
To give us the land which he swore unto our
and
fathers.
to give us our own land which he swore unto our fathers.
And Yahweh commanded us to do all these statutes.
To do all. Not talk about them, do them.
To fear Yahweh Elohim for our good always.
For our good always to the graveyard.
That he might preserve us alive.
He gonna keep you alive when you do this.
As it is at this day.
That's right. Read this 25.
And it shall be our righteousness.
This is our righteousness when you obey Yah. This is our righteousness. You rotten dirty dog when you don't obey his commandment. This is righteousness. If you don't do it, you wicked. Read.
If we observe to do all these commandments for Yahweh Elohim, as he have commanded us.
That he told us to do. Commanded. That's right, baby. And we got to do it. That's what the mandatory. Okay, Deuteronomy 7. Start the first verse.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1. When Yahweh thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land where thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites.
Now this is the seed of Ham. This is talking about the Hamite. This is talking about Ham. All these Africans over in Africa.
And the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
That's right, read.
And when Yahweh the Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
That's right. Don't have nothing to do with them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Don't integrate.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Don't integrate.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Don't integrate.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
Your son gonna be going to church, gonna be celebrating Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, eating pork chops. He gonna do everything. When you go outside another race, you're gonna live like them people.
That they may serve other deities.
And you're gonna go to the New Testament and the Quran. You're gonna believe in all them other books.
So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you.
And the Almighty gonna kill you.
And destroy thee suddenly.
The Almighty gonna kill you.
But thus shall ye deal with them.
This is how you deal with a picture and a cross.
Ye shall destroy their altars.
Destroy this picture and cross.
And break down their images.
Break down the picture and cross.
And cut down their groves.
Cut down the pictures and crosses.
And burn their graven images with fire.
And burn up a graven image and a cross. Put it in the fire, burn it up.
For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy Elohim.
We are a holy people unto Yahweh. We ain't going to live like everybody else. We're going to be unique and different.
Yahweh thy Elohim have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He chose the Hebrew Israelites unto himself. That's right. And now you can't get mad at us because Yahweh chose the black man in America. Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He chose the black folks in America above all the people on the face of the earth. That's including everybody. Read.
Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
Because you was the fewest. Read.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
That's right. Read.
But because Yahweh loved you.
Because Yahweh loved the children of Israel.
And because he would keep the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers.
That's right. Read.
Hath Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
That's right. This is what I want. Read.
Know therefore that Yahweh the Elohim.
No.
He is Elohim.
He is Elohim. He God.
The faithful Elohim.
That's right.
Which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
He gonna have mercy on the one that love him and keep his commandments. That's right. Pop in the corner. Read it again.
Know therefore that Yahweh the Elohim, he is Elohim, the faithful Elohim, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
To 1,000 generations. Boy, you gonna have people on this earth that love y'all all the way to the graveyard. Read.
And repayeth them that hate him to their face.
And he gonna pay everybody that hate him. Because when you don't keep his laws, his commandments, and his statutes, you hate Yah. That's what the book said. I didn't tell it to you. I'm showing it to you.
To destroy them.
He gonna destroy you.
He will not be slack to him that hateth him.
He ain't gonna hesitate to kill you.
He will repay him to his face.
He gonna repay everybody to their face that hate Yah.
Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments.
That's right. Keep the commandment, because that's how I know I love you. You love me.
And the statutes.
That's how I know you love me.
And the judgments.
That's how I know you love me.
Which I command thee this day to do them.
To do them. That's how I know you love Yah, when you do them.
Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments.
If.
And keep and do them.
And do them.
That Yahweh Elohim shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto thy fathers.
That's right.
And he will love thee.
He will. Yahweh gonna love you.
And bless thee.
He gonna bless you.
And multiply thee.
And multiply you.
He will also bless the fruit of thy womb.
Fruit of your womb. Wife have plenty of babies.
And the fruit of thy land.
That's right. Plenty of corn.
Thy corn and thy wine and thy oil, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep, and the land which he swore unto thy fathers.
Keep his commandments. All people.
There shall not be male or female barren among you, or among your cattle.
Okay, now let's go to 8. 8 and first verse.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do. That ye may live.
You're supposed to live by the commandments.
And multiply.
And multiply.
And go in and possess the land which Yahweh swore unto your fathers.
New Testament say you ain't supposed to swear at all. But our book says swear. Read.
And thou shalt remember all the ways which Yahweh Elohim led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thy heart, whether thou wouldst keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man do not live by bread only.
A man ain't got no business just living by bread and food only.
But by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh doth man live.
You supposed to live by every word that come out of Yahweh. Not just only food, but you supposed to live by food by the word of Yah. That's right. That's right. You're supposed to live by Yahweh's word, not just food. Read.
Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years.
That's right. Clothes didn't get old in 40 years.
Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chasteneth his son,
as a man whoop his son,
so Yahweh that Elohim chasteneth thee.
And Yahweh gonna whoop his son, gonna whoop us. Just like you whoop your son when you get in trouble and do wrong, always gonna whoop us and put us back in line. So when something bad to you happens to you, Yahweh whooping your tail. Read.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh Elohim.
All through this book, all day long, keep his commandment. You ain't gonna never show me where you ain't supposed to keep him. He said keep his commandment.
To walk in his ways.
Walk in Yahweh ways.
And to fear him.
And to fear him.
Yahweh the Elohim bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring.
All this gonna happen when you keep his commandment. You going back home when you keep his commandment.
Of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills.
Mm-hmm.
A land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of oil, olive, and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass, when thou hast eaten and art full.
When you get through eating your food and you full,
then thou shalt bless Yahweh the Elohim.
Then you give thanks to Yah, not before, after you get through eating. Then you're supposed to give thanks to Yah, because when you full, you give thanks, not before, after you get through eating. Read.
Then thou shalt bless Yahweh the Elohim for the.
Then you give thanks to Yahweh, saying, thank Yah for the food he just nourished for my body. Read.
Beware that thou forget not Yahweh the Elohim, and keeping his commandments.
Keeping his commandments.
And his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
That's right. Now go to Exodus 10. Let me think. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Exodus 10. Let's start the 12th verse.
Exodus chapter 10, verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand over the land of Egypt for the.
Deuteronomy. I'm sorry. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and 12. It's my fault. I made a mistake. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth Yahweh the Elohim require of thee, but to fear Yahweh the Elohim, to walk in all his ways,
This is what Yahweh want us to do: walk in all his ways,
and to love him,
and to love him,
and to serve Yahweh,
and to serve Yahweh,
and to serve Yahweh the Elohim with all thy heart, with all thy soul.
That's what he want us to do. Read.
To keep the commandments of Yahweh,
to keep his commandments
and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
That's what's going to be good when you keep his commandments and laws. Read.
Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is Yahweh's thy Elohim, the earth also with all that therein is.
Everything belongs to Yah. So why would you serve anybody other than Yah?
Only Yahweh had delight in thy fathers to love them.
That's right.
And he chose their seed after them.
And he chose us.
Even you above all people.
Above everybody on the face of the earth.
As it is this day.
That's right. Okay, I think that's all I want on that. Let me see. Yeah, skip on down to Deuteronomy 11. Deuteronomy 11 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 1.
Right.
Therefore thou shalt love Yahweh the Elohim, and keep his charge, and his statutes, and his judgments, and his commandments, always.
Always. You supposed to love Yahweh always, not some of the time, always. Okay, now still going down the 20 to 22.
Verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you to do them, to love Yahweh your Elohim, to walk in all his ways, and to cleave unto him, then will Yahweh drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves.
He gonna fight before you when you do this.
Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours, from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be. There shall no man be able to stand before you.
That's right. Ain't nobody gonna be able to stand for you when Yahweh with you and you keeping his commandment.
For Yahweh your Elohim shall lay the fear of you and the dread of you upon all the land that ye shall tread upon, as he hath said unto you.
Right.
Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
Yahweh said before you this day a blessing and a curse.
A blessing if you obey the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim.
A blessing if you obey,
which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of Yahweh your Elohim.
It's real simple. A curse if you don't. Real simple. It don't take no science rockets to figure this out. If you can't understand this, boy, you slow as a turtle. Because listen, this make all the sense in the world. A blessing if you obey, and a curse if you don't. So take a look around and see what's happening, and see if he ain't keeping the commandment. That's what happened. This thing that went off again.
That's my comment.
Is I'm still on air because this thing saying shut down again. Can y'all still see and hear me, brothers and sisters? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that don't mean nothing there. Okay.
But turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other deities which ye have not known.
Which we didn't know nothing about, no New Testament, no Quran. Okay, that was 11. Let's go to let's see. 13. Let's see, 13. Okay, yeah. Deuteronomy 13 and 3.
Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 3. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet.
Don't listen to these preachers and prophets.
Or that dreamer of dreams.
Martin Luther King.
For Yahweh your Elohim proveth you to know whether ye love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, with all your soul. Ye shall walk after Yahweh your Elohim.
That's who you listen to.
And fear him.
That's who you fear.
And keep his commandments and obey his voice. And ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from Yahweh your Elohim.
Anybody that's trying to turn you away from Yah gonna be put to death, gonna be killed, going to hell.
Which brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which Yahweh thy Elohim commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee.
Because this is evil when somebody trying to turn you against Yah, turn you away from Yah. This is evil.
If thy brother, the son of thy mother,
If your brother,
or thy son,
if your son,
or thy daughter,
your daughter,
or the wife of thy bosom,
your wife,
or thy friend,
your best friend or your friends,
which is as thy own soul,
they same as the Hebrew, black, just like you,
entice thee secretly,
whispering in your ear,
saying, Let us go and serve other deities which thou hast.
Let us go to church. Let us wear a cross. Let us break the commandments. Read.
Which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the deities of the people which are round about you.
Let us go serve somebody else. The gods that are around the other people. What verse you at?
7.
Okay.
Nigh unto thee, or far from thee.
Don't care where they at, far or near.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto him.
Don't listen to him.
Nor hearken unto him.
Don't listen to him.
Neither shall thine eye pity him.
Don't have no pity on him either.
Neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. But if thou shalt surely kill him, thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death.
Now this will happen. This time when we was in our land now. When we was in our holy land in Jerusalem, if somebody came to you talking about let's go to church, let's go serve the New Testament, the Quran, or anything else, this would happen. Read.
And afterwards the hands of all the people.
That's right.
And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he hath sought to thrust thee away from Yahweh.
He tried to turn you away from Yah,
which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
That's right. You can't play with the you can't be talking about no other God. Bottom line. That's what that's talking about. Let's go to Deuteronomy 15. See if I want that. No, let's go to, let me see. Let me try 19. Yeah. Deuteronomy 19 and 9.
Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
If thou shalt keep all these commandments to do them, which I command thee this day, to love Yahweh thy Elohim, and to walk ever in his ways, then shalt thou add 3 cities more for thee, besides these 3.
In other words, you're going to be blessed when you keep the commandment. Okay, let's go to 27. Let's see. Okay. 27 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, Keep all the commandments which I command thee this day.
Keep all the commandments. That's right. Skip on down to 9.
Verse 9. And Moses and the priests, the Levites, spake unto all Israel, saying, Take heed and hearken.
Listen,
O Israel.
Listen, Israel.
This day thou art become the people of Yahweh the Elohim.
This day we become the people of Yahweh. Read.
Thou shalt therefore obey the voice of Yahweh the Elohim.
That's right.
And do his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. And Moses charged the people the same day.
Okay, that's all I needed. You obey the commandments. That's right. You become his people, that's what you do. When you become the servant of Yah, that's what you do. Deuteronomy 28. Okay, 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh the Elohim.
If you listen to Yahweh instead of the New Testament, the Quran, and the Hadith, and them other books.
To observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day.
This day.
That Yahweh the Elohim will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
If you keep Yahweh's commandments, you're going to be set on high. But we didn't do that. That's when we set on low. We on low now. We ain't on high. We on low because we didn't keep the commandment.
And all these blessings shall come on thee.
If you do right, all these blessings going to come up on you if you keep his commandments.
And overtake thee.
If
thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh the Elohim.
All you got to do is listen to Yah.
Blessed shalt thou be in the city.
Blessed you would have been in Memphis, Chicago, New York, Texas, St. Louis, Arkansas, anywhere. You would have been blessed in the city if you'd have kept his commandments.
And blessed shalt thou be in the field.
You'd have been blessed in Mississippi and Tennessee, down in the South.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body.
That's right. You wouldn't have no elements, no fruit of your body. Be blessed.
And the fruit of thy ground.
Your ground, you'll have your own land. You grow your own food.
And the fruit of thy cattle.
And you'll have cows. But you ain't got none of this.
The increase of thy kind.
That's right.
And the flocks of thy sheep.
You ain't got no sheep either. You ain't got no cow. That's mean you ain't blessed. Because if you was keeping the commandments and being blessed, you have all this. Read.
Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Wouldn't be no swine in the stores.
Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in.
We ain't gonna be nobody in your house ready to kill you.
And blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
And when you go out, you're gonna make it back home, because you ain't gonna watch the news and say, oh, my son got killed when he left the house.
Yahweh shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
That's right. He gonna take care of all your enemies and your foes before your face.
They shall come out against thee
when they
way,
come against you,
and flee before thee 7 ways.
And they gonna get on away from you 7 ways.
And Yahweh shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses.
In your storehouses.
And all that thou settest thy hand unto.
Everything that you try to do, you're gonna be blessed doing it.
And he shall bless thee in the land which shall the Elohim giveth thee.
That's right.
Yahweh shall establish thee a holy people unto himself.
Unto himself.
As he hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh the Elohim.
If you keep the commandments of Yahweh, you'll be blessed.
And walk in his ways.
And walk in his ways, and not the New Testament and the Quran and the Hadith and the Book of the Dead, because them ain't his ways. His ways ain't in those books.
And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of Yahweh.
And get your name changed, because your name supposed to be Israel, your last name.
And they shall be afraid of thee.
And they going to be scared to death of you when you change your name and go to talk about y'all all the time. They ain't going to have nothing to do with you.
And Yahweh shall make thee plenteousness in goods.
Everything you do, you're going to have it good.
And the fruit of thy body.
That's right. Everything going to be working on your body.
And in the fruit of thy cattle.
You ain't got no cows.
And in the fruit of thy ground.
And you don't own no land.
And the land which Yahweh swore unto thy fathers to give thee.
That's right. But the reason why, because you ain't kept the commandment.
Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasures.
His good treasures.
The heaven to give the rain unto thy land in its season.
That's right.
And to bless all the work of thy hand.
Everything that you do, the Almighty Yahweh going to bless you.
And thou shalt lend unto many nations.
And you're going to have so much money and gold and diamond that you're going to believe lend in other nations. Right now, we got to go to the Gentile for a loan from the bank, because we don't own no banks. They own. So right now, just letting you know the reason why. We're going to lend to many nations. We can't lend to nobody because we ain't got our water to cry with.
And thou shalt not borrow.
And we borrowing like a fool today. We get a house loan. We borrowing on a car. We doing it. We borrowing and they loaning us. Read.
And Yahweh shall make thee the head.
And Yahweh would have made us the head, but right now we the tail.
And not the tail.
We the tail, and the Gentiles is the head. Read.
And thou shalt be above only.
That's right.
And thou shalt not be beneath.
You ain't going to be beneath. Right now we're in the basement. We're at the bottom.
And that thou hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh the Elohim.
If we would have kept the commandments, we'd have been on top. We'd have been the head. We'd have been the kings and the queen. We'd have been all this if we'd have kept the commandments.
Which I command thee this day.
That's right.
To observe and to do them.
To do them, but we didn't.
And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left.
To the New Testament or to the Quran.
To go after other deities to serve them.
JC and the Muslim God.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh the Elohim.
If you won't listen to Yah.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes.
And you don't want to do his commandments and statutes.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Okay, I'm going to cut it short because we know what all the curses is. We know everything that's happening in this world is a curse. So that's the reason why it's happening, because you ain't keeping the commandments and laws and statutes. So it's a curse. You don't be surprised when you cut the news on somebody got killed and shot and dead. They ain't keeping no commandment. So that's a curse. That's a curse from Yah. Okay, that's Deuteronomy 28. Let me go to 30. Let me see. I ain't gonna read all of it. I'm just getting right to the point. Okay, Deuteronomy 30 started the 6th verse.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 6. And Yahweh thy Elohim will circumcise thy heart and the heart of thy seed to love Yahweh thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And Yahweh thy Elohim will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee.
He'll put them up on your enemies if you do right by him,
which persecuted thee. And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. And Yahweh thy Elohim will make thee plenteousness in every work of thy hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good. For Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim.
That's right. If
to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law.
Written in this book, no other book.
And if thou turn to Yahweh thy Elohim with all thy heart and with all thy soul, for this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee.
The commandments ain't here for you. Don't make no excuses.
Neither is it far off.
Don't make no excuses.
It is not in heaven.
Don't make no excuses.
That thou shouldest say.
Don't make no excuses.
Who shall go up for us to heaven?
Don't make no excuses.
And to bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it.
Don't make no excuses.
Neither is it beyond the sea.
Don't make no excuses.
That thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very nigh unto thee.
The book right here.
In thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it.
Do it.
See, I have set before thee this day life and good.
Life is good.
And death and evil.
And death and evil.
And that I command thee this day to love Yahweh the Elohim.
To love Yah.
To walk in his ways.
Walk in his ways.
And to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply.
I ain't read yet when he told us to read the New Testament, the Quran, the Hadith, the Book of the Dead. I ain't read that yet. So what we need with it for? He only told us to keep his law. He didn't tell us to read no other book.
And Yahweh the Elohim shall bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it.
He gonna bless you if you keep these laws, not bless you if you go to another book. He gonna curse you if you listen to another book.
But if thy heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other deities,
and go to the New Testament, worship JC,
and serve them,
and you serve this junk,
I denounce unto you this day.
He denounced
that ye shall surely perish.
You gonna surely go to hell. I'm gonna kill you.
And that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land.
You gonna die at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. You gonna die early.
Where thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you.
Everything, read.
That I have set before you life and death.
I said before you life and death.
Blessing and cursing.
Blessing and cursing.
Therefore choose life.
Choose life. That means keep the commandments.
That both thou and thy seed may live.
That you and your seed may live.
That thou mayest love Yahweh the Elohim.
And love Yahweh.
And that thou mayest obey his voice.
Obey his voice.
And that thou mayest cleave unto him.
That's right.
For he is thy life.
He is Yahweh is our life. Ain't nothing else your life but Yah.
And the length of thy days.
He the one got you living a long time, not nobody else.
That thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
That's right. Okay, let's go to Joshua. 22, let's see. Oh yeah, Joshua 22:5.
Joshua chapter 22, verse 5.
Yeah.
But take diligent heed to do the commandment and the law, which Moses the servant of Yahweh that charged you, to love Yahweh your Elohim, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cleave unto him, and to serve him with all your heart, with all your soul. So Joshua blessed them and sent them away, and they went into their tents.
Okay, that's all I need. Let's go to Judges 2. All through this book, he telling you to keep his commandment. 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 He ain't telling you to go no New Testament, no Book of the Dead. None of that junk. What you need it for? You got to be retarded if you think you need them other books. Judges, chapter 2. I say Judges chapter 2. Well, yeah, start at the 14 verse. Yeah.
Judges chapter 2, verse 14. And the anger of Yahweh was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not longer any stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of Yahweh was against them for evil, as Yahweh had said, and as Yahweh had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed.
That's right. Read.
Nevertheless, Yahweh raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them.
That's right. Read.
And yet they would not hearken unto their judges,
And they wouldn't listen to the righteous.
but they went whoring after other deities.
Just like they're doing today, they're going to horn after the New Testament, the Book of the Dead, and the Quran. Listen to these other books.
And bow themselves unto them.
And all they want to talk about is them.
They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in.
You turn quickly from the commandments,
obeying the commandments of Yahweh, but they did not so.
They didn't do that. And like the brother said, they love to have it so. Brother Brother Jerry say they love to have it so. Read.
And when Yahweh raised them up judges, then Yahweh was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For they repented Yahweh because of their groanings by the reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them.
Okay, then let's go to let's see, Judges 3 and 4.
Judges chapter 3 verse 4. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they will hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
Okay, that's all I need. Let's go to Samuel. Let's see. Samuel. Let's see. Oh, yes. Samuel 15 and 1. Yeah, First Samuel 15 and 1.
1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, Yahweh sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that he hath. And utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. But
kill everybody, don't leave nobody alive.
But slay both man and woman,
all the women and all the men,
infant and suckling,
babies and all,
ox and sheep,
the animals,
camel and ass,
all the animals. Do this now, read.
And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them at Telaim, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, Go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. And for ye show kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt.
Okay, skip on down to the 9. I'm gonna speed up a little bit.
Verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag.
They didn't kill the king.
And the best of the sheep.
And they kept the best of the sheep. They didn't do what y'all say do.
And of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them.
They didn't do what Yahweh say do.
But everything that was vile and refuse, that they destroyed utterly. Then came the word of Yahweh unto Samuel, saying, It repented me that I have set up Saul to be king.
Because Saul was hard-headed. Now skip on down to 22.
Verse 22. And Samuel said, Hath Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of Yahweh? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Yahweh said, obey my laws and statutes better than sacrifice. I ain't thinking about no sacrifice.
And to hearken than the fat of rams.
Right.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
A rebellious person just like witchcraft, sin like a witchcraft, it say.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
And a stubbornness person like idolatry.
Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, he hath also rejected thee from being king.
That's right. He gonna reject you when you don't keep his commandment.
And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned.
That's right. He have sinned because he didn't keep his commandment.
For I have transgressed the commandment of Yahweh.
That's right. And they still doing it today.
And thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
Fear the people, and they ain't thinking about Yah. Boy, you got to be retarded.
Now therefore, I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship Yahweh. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, and Yahweh have rejected thee from being king over Israel.
Okay, hold it right there. Okay, now I'm gonna continue this subject next week because it's been 2 hours, so I want to get some comments and questions on what's going on because it's so long, man. You know, I got so many scriptures, and I can't finish everything today. You know, I'll be 3 or 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna get in the comments, get on this internet. Remember where I left off at? What was that I left off? First Samuel. Write down so I can remember why. Yeah, let me see. Where I left off at. Yeah, I got it. Let's see. What was that? 15?
Yeah.
15 and 1 and then okay. Okay.
Last verse of 26. So I don't know if you want to start at 26.
I'm just probably gonna read the whole thing next week because I got so much to talk about. But I'm gonna get on this internet and see what they talking about. Let's see. Let's see. They still talking about that balloon. What's the? I don't really understand what that balloon was about, though. I don't, Did you understand what the balloon was about? They said it was a spy balloon, and I don't know what.
That's all I heard.
Yeah, so. Rasta here say go to classes 12 and 8 through 14. And then, yeah. Any brothers and sisters got any comment or question about the subject that I talked about? Okay, let's read that. Ecclesiastes 12 and 8 through 14.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 8. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, all is vanity. And moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
Now the preacher, that's King Solomon, because King Solomon was called the preacher. That's who was talking about. Read.
The words of the wise are as goads, and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. And further, by these, my son,
be
admonished. Of making many books there is no end.
That's right, making many books. The Quran, the New Testament, the Book of the Dead, all the other books.
And much study is a awareness of the flesh.
And much study is going to wear you to death.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
That's right. This is all that matters.
Fear Elohim.
Fear Elohim.
And keep his commandments.
And keep all his commandments, because that's the only thing that matters.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's what a man was put on earth to do. Fear Yah and keep his commandments. You weren't put on earth to do nothing but keep them commandments.
For Elohim shall bring every work into judgment.
That's right. You're going to be judged according to the commandments.
With every secret thing.
Everything that you think you got away with it at night.
Whether it be good.
I don't care if it was good.
Or whether it be evil.
And it was evil. It ain't going to make no difference. The Almighty going to judge you according to the commandment. Okay, I got a question. One is your thought on turkey. Oh man, Mark. Hey man, that's from Yah. That's all I can say. That's from Yah. That turkey earthquake is from Yah. Yeah, cause he do control the weather, and that came from Yah. That earthquake was from Yah. Mark Anthony. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, you got 2 questions. What is your thought on Turkey earthquake? And 200. Oh yeah, well, the mighty Yah did. That's the only thing I can say about that. The Most High Yah killed all them people. He done that with his earthquake. Yeah. So that's it on that. If I start here, say go to Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Yeah. He he gonna get the wicked some kind of way, that's just what he do. Yeah. That's a part of the curse too.
Deut-
Deuteronomy 28 and 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people,
And that's what he did.
from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other deities,
And that's what we doing.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Because Moses didn't know nothing about no New Testament. He didn't know nothing about no other books. That's right. Still doing today.
Even wood and stone.
That's right. So you popping corn right there. Our forefathers didn't know nothing about no other book. That's right. King Samuel said, "How many commandments are there?" Man, they said 613, but I ain't never counted them. That's just what I heard. So I ain't gonna sit up and tell you I done counted every commandment. I know which one, but I was always told it was 613. But I don't know if that's a fact. I can't tell you how many it is. I can only tell you what I done heard. Yeah. Okay, let me go to did we read Deuteronomy 81? I think we read that. I think okay. Yeah, go to it anyway. Rasta here say go to okay, King Samuel say probably a disturbance to do something under the ground. No, the most I did all that, bro. He ain't no disturbing on no ground. The most hold it hold it right there. Let me prove to y'all that the most I did it. Let me see where I want to go. Number. Let me prove to you that the most I did that. That earthquake. Let me get that right quick. Hold on, we're gonna come back to that though. Let me show y'all that the Most High did that earthquake in Turkey. Okay, I want to go to number 16 and start at the 28th verse. Now we talking about this earthquake that happened in Turkey. Y'all hold your comments and questions for a minute because they still talking about this Turkey thing. Let me let you know ain't nobody did it but y'all. Read.
Numbers chapter 6.
Yeah, number 16 and 28.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 28.
Yeah.
And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that Yahweh hath sent me to do all these works.
This how you gonna know that Yahweh sent me to do everything that I come to do.
For I have not done them of my own mind.
I ain't did nothing on my own. Everything that I'm telling the children of Israel, thus said Yah.
If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited as the visitation of all men, then Yahweh have not sent me.
Then you gonna know that Yahweh ain't sent me.
But if Yahweh make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth,
the new thing in the world open the earth. Y'all pay attention. The earth open her mouth
and swallow them up,
and swallow these people up
with all that appertain unto them.
That's right, with their houses and cars and clothes.
And they go down quick into the pit.
And they go down quickly in the earth.
Then ye shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh.
Then you gonna know that these folks provoked Yahweh.
And it came to pass.
Then it came to pass.
As he had made an end of speaking all these words.
When Moses got through speaking all these words.
That the ground clave asunder that was under them.
The ground started shaking while they was up under it. Read.
And the earth opened her mouth.
And the earth opened up.
And swallowed them up.
And swallowed these people up.
And their houses.
And their houses.
And all the men that appertain unto Korah.
And all the men that follow this man.
And all their goods.
And all their goods.
They and all that appertain to them went down alive into the pit.
They went down alive into the earthquake.
And the earth closed upon them.
Then this earth closed back up after they did it.
And they perished from among the congregation.
That's right. So I'm letting you know y'all done it. He did it before. He did it way back in the biblical day. Open the earth up again. So this ain't nothing new. He been having earthquakes. So I just had to let you know that the Most High do the earthquaking. That's right. Don't nothing happen without his permission. He do it. Okay. Let's go to let's see. Rasta. Did we go to Deuteronomy 11 and 32? Deuteronomy 11 and 32. Try that. So that earthquake came from y'all. Not nothing else.
Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 32. And ye shall observe to do all the statutes and ye shall observe to do all the statutes and judgments which I set before you this day.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one, bro. Okay, Rasta here say go to 1 Kings 2 and 3. Right, Joe Gladys said our people ain't trying. No, that's right. That's when the Most High gonna kill them. That's all I can tell you. The Almighty gonna kill everybody that ain't trying to hit what he doing. Hit his book. Okay, what you got? 1 Kings 2 and 3.
1 Kings chapter 2, verse 3.
Yeah.
And keep the charge of Yahweh the Elohim to walk in his ways.
That's right.
To keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
Yeah, you're gonna prosper when you keep the commandments. At the bottom line, Rasta here say go to 1 Kings 3 and 14. So do that answer your question about that earthquake? I think King Samo. What you think about that, King Samo? What I say? 1 Kings 3 and 14.
1 Kings chapter 3, verse 14. If thou wilt walk in my ways, to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days.
Oh, okay. Let me hold. Let's get. Let me see. Okay, Joel Gladdy say go to Deuteronomy 5 and 22, and then this person got a question about. Let me see. Joel Gladdy, Deuteronomy 5 and 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
These words shall I speak unto all your assembly in the mount out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness, with a great voice. And he added no more. And he wrote them in 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Anything that go on in this world, the Most High did it. Earthquake, tornado, hurricane, mudslide, drought, windstorm, hailstorm, fog, anything dealing with this earth and this weather, the Most High did it. Ain't nobody else did nothing. Okay, boss man, Hunt say, what you think about the Bantu Israelite movement, King? I ain't never heard of them. You ever heard of the Bantu? No, I ain't familiar with them. I don't know nothing about them. What's that, boss man, Huncho? Ain't never heard of. Where they located and what they own? You know, teach me a little bit about them because I don't know nothing about them. Bantu Israelite movement, King. No, I don't know nothing about. Hold on, let me get educated right quick. See if I can learn something today. Y'all hold up on the comments and questions right quick. Hold on. Hey, tell me about this Bantu Israelite. Hold on. Okay, Ross, here. Hold up on the comment scriptures right quick. Cause I'm trying to see what this brother talking about this. Where'd it go? This Bantu Israelite. I don't know nothing. I ain't never heard of it. Okay, you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and living in Dallas, and now so loud rumbling. That's right. When you hear loud rumbling, that's Yah. Yeah, I got people in Milwaukee too on the north side, Joe Glad. Okay, hold up for a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. said it says say go to Zechariah 3:8 through 10. Let me see. Let me get that right quick. Zechariah. Okay, let me get it right quick. Well, I see what she said. Zechariah. Okay. Uh, Zechariah 3:8 through 10. Let me get it. 3. Okay, Zechariah. Read that. Zechariah 3. And let me see. Make sure it's right, though. Make sure I got it right. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I think she said, what did I say? 3:8. Zechariah. Okay, yeah. Zechariah 3:8 through 10. That's what she said. Yeah, come on.
Zechariah chapter 3, verse 8. Hear now, O Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at before. Behold, I will bring forth my servant the branch. For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall ye be upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, it will engrave the engraving thereof, saith Yahweh of hosts, and will remove the iniquity of that land in one day. And that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, shall ye call every man his neighbor under the vine, under the fig tree.
Okay, now the branch is talking about King David. That's who the branch is. That's one of the King David name. Let's read that again.
Hear now, O Joshua the high priest, thou and thy fellows that sit before thee, for they are men wondered at. For, behold, I will bring forth my servant the branch.
The servant of the branch is King David. That's who it's talking about. Yeah. And Joshua was a high priest. And the high branch is King David. That's who that branch is. Yeah, I could get off into that today, but I ain't got time. Yeah, but I talk about that the branch. That's talking about King David though. Okay, let me see. Same teaching they just said. All the same teaching they say the land. Well, Israel is in Africa. It's on the same continent. It's on the same land mass. Yeah, but I wish I had that atlas where you can show Israel in Africa on the same land mass, same continent.
Yeah, they're on the same continent.
Yeah, they on the same. See, Israel is on the same continent as Africa. Right, it's part of it. It said Montu same as Agoba. Okay. They talking about WW3. You know?
World War III.
Oh, okay. That's right, Mark Anthony. Yeah, you're right, brother. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, but I forgot Rasta here. Y'all. Let's get some Rasta here from. Rasta here say go to. I think we read Isaiah 44:6 through 8. Cause it's about to go on. Isaiah 44:6 through 8.
Isaiah chapter 44, verse 6. Thus saith Yahweh, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts, I am the first, and I am the last.
Yahweh say he the first and he the last.
And beside me there is no Elohim.
Ain't no other God, y'all.
And who, as I, shall call, and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming and shall come, let them show unto them. Fear not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time,
Right.
and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses. Is there Elohim beside me? Yea, there is no Elohim.
That's right. Ain't nobody but Yah.
I know not any.
He don't know nobody else. So how everybody else knows somebody else, and Yahweh don't know nothing about no other God. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, but it ain't talking about no New Testament, Joshua. If that's what you're talking about, Joshua, over the New Testament, ain't talking about none of that. This is but there was something else from the north on one light. Oh, okay. Well, my people's on 25th and Juno back in the day. They don't live that no more, but on the north side of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, my people's on 25th and Juno. Okay. Let me see the same. Okay. Okay. Mark Anthony say go to yeah, that's Zechariah 6 and 12. Talking about the branch again. Mark Anthony said go to Zechariah 6 and 12. That branch is to David. Yeah, read that.
Zechariah chapter 6, verse 12. And speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh Yahweh of hosts, saying, Behold, the man whose name is the branch,
Talking about King David.
and he shall grow up out of his place,
King David.
and he shall build the temple of Yahweh.
King David. Read.
Even he shall build the temple of Yahweh, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the council of peace shall be between them both.
Them both is Yahweh and King David. He talking about Yahweh and King David, them both. Right. That's all I needed. Yeah, just them, just the two. Also, okay, Jeremiah 3 and 9. No, I gotta disagree with you with that, bro. Now he's somebody. Hold up, let me see. Let me see. What I say? What was that? What I just say?
Jeremiah 3 and 9.
Okay, that's Mark Anthony. Jeremiah 3 and 9. Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with rocks.
That's all to say. Oh, this thing going too fast. I can't call it keep up. You mean Zechariah 6 and 12 is talking about him? Let me see. Let's see. So, let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. Let's go on to, let me see, from, let me see, part of okay, Jeremiah 3, and he said go to Jeremiah 3 and 9. Did we read that already?
Yeah.
Oh, we already, okay. Last time he'll say go to Deuteronomy 32 and 31.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 31.
Mm.
For their rock is not as our rock, even our enemies themselves being judges.
Yeah, right. We ain't got the same God that these people in the world got. That's right. Our rock is not out their rock. We different. And you say go to Second Chronicles 2 and 14.
Second Chronicles chapter 2, verse 14. The son of a woman of the daughters of Dan, and his father was a man of Tyre, skillful to work in gold, and in silver, and brass, and iron, and stone, and in timber, and purple, and blue, and fine linen, and in crimson, also to grave any manner of engraving, and to find out every device which shall be put to him, with thy cunning man, and with the cunning man of my master David thy father.
Mm. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Pastor, he'll say he meant Second Chronicles 7 and 14.
Second Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name,
Right, I forgot that one.
shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face
face.
and turn from their ways,
That's right. That's corn right there, bro.
then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
Right. That's right, bro. Okay. Uh, Boss man Honcho said go to he said Jeremiah 9:11. Yeah, Jeremiah 9:11.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 11. And I will make Jerusalem heaps and a den of dragons, and I will make the cities of Judah desolate without an inhabitant.
Yeah, that's right. Because of their wickedness and their sin. 12 and 11 too. Yeah, but
Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 11. They have made it desolate, and being desolate it mourned unto me. The whole land was made desolate, because no man laid it to heart.
you're right. Okay. So my land. Okay, that go Amen Rakim Alexander. Greetings. That Egypt is here. Ain't sent you in a minute, bro. All right. Pay the money, yeah. Egypt is in Africa. Yeah, we know that, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna have I think I'm gonna have that next week about Jerusalem and land. Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole class on Jerusalem and the land and words of that and all that, and prove to you that Israel is the land and all. Because I had to get it together right quick. Yeah, Egypt is the seed of Ham now, but I'm gonna deal with Jerusalem next week, y'all. I'm gonna go hard in the paint on Jerusalem. We're gonna talk about Jerusalem, the land, words of that, and where it's located and all that. Yeah, I got to get it together though. Well, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna get ready to close out, man. I enjoyed talking to y'all, and like I said, we're gonna talk about Jerusalem, and I might talk about a little bit about King David too, the branch and all that. Prove beyond a doubt who that branch is, but I'm gonna talk about that Jerusalem situation next week for sure. Yeah, but brothers and sisters, I'm gonna get ready to close out, and I'll see y'all. Hopefully, y'all always will next week at the same time, same station. And I want to give all honor and glory and worship and praise to Yahweh by saying Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. And shalom, brothers and sisters. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Jerusalem next week.